Welcome back to Income Trading 101. Today we are going to take a look at the TRON coin, TRON, symbol TRX. We're looking at it versus the dollar, and it's pretty late. We're 22 minutes into April 3rd, 2021. I'm just going to take a quick look at some of the technicals on this coin to see if it makes sense. Looks like we've got data back through just before the pandemic. What an interesting time to have launched this coin, and then really been on a slow trend up and then sideways, a little more sideways, up, down, and then really broke out recently when you look at this coin. So let's go ahead and expand this out a little bit. We're going to start off like we always do with the moving averages. So let's add these in. I like using 3. I find that using 1 simply isn't enough. Using 2 can be great, but using 3 with different time frames like a 10, a 20, and a 60 can really give you a good representation of where price is sitting relative to recent historical pricing. So no surprise here. We're currently in a strong bull market on the 1 day chart, but let's go ahead and drop it down. We'll take it to a 1 hour just to get a better look at this pullback. So we knew that there'd be an uptrend here during this period, but look at this. Look at these last few days, and actually, let's go ahead and just tighten that up and expand it back just to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. So with the 1 hour chart, we actually have right now all 3 moving averages are still in line for an upward move. However, that 20 and the 60 appear to be more angled down, even though the 10 is pushing higher. That'll probably mean that in the shorter time frames we're going to see bullish as well. So let's take a quick look at this now. We'll go to the 30-minute range, and in the 30-minute we see the 10 period is definitely pulling back closer to the 20 as well as the 60-day. This is right now looking a little bit almost congested. I'm going to kick it down once more to the 15-minute, and the 15 is actually fully congested. So definitely some congestion at the shorter time frames, even though you have some bullish signs in the larger time frames. Let's take a look. We'll take this back to the 1 day and take a look at the MACD and see how the momentum looks. I know in the 1 day, at the day chart, it's going to look intensely bullish, obviously, but I'm betting we'll get a little different view in some of the other time frames. So here's the daily. Sure enough, bullish, pushing higher, going more positive above the in the overbought category, without a cross in sight. At the 1 hour time frame, we see a lot more channeling prices. And I don't think the MACD really does best during channeling prices, which is why you see this crossover here, but it never went back negative. It never crossed into the oversold category. It's remained positive, which kind of leaves us in a, like, you can't trade. I don't advise trading off of these signals. Let's take it to the 30 and the 15 just to see. So you've had some crossovers. It's been really mild. But again, with channeling markets, it's a struggle for the MACD to really hone in on any specific direction. And then, of course, at the 15-minute, you can, make these huge, about larger swings. But if you look at this and you're looking at price, let's say you were to sell that or even wait for it to go negative, you would have sold, 8.68 and probably bought back you probably would have bought back we'll call it 8.64. So like, it's just so tight that there's just not enough here to really make it worthwhile. So I'm just going to take this all the way back out and say that from the MACD standpoint, I'm really not, I don't really find it all that useful right now, but I will go ahead and pull this out. I like the visual. This coin this token is clearly prone to channeling. We had sideways markets in several different times here before breakout. So I think you have to be aware of that in this market. Sideways market. Another channel. We did get a bit of a uptrend here before we had a full-on breakout, so that's strong to see. But what I think is even more important, we're going to take this down to maybe the 4-hour or we'll take it to the 1 hour just to take a look at what's going on with price right now. I mean, this is, once again, you've got levels that are being maintained, and I'm actually gonna flatten this out here, pull this on up, and you can see really, aside from a couple of moments where like we could angle this if we tried or whatever, but we really don't have to, because you got a couple of bars outside of there. You had one bar that went lower than the channel, a little wick above it, a couple of pricing moments. This is the 1 hour chart above the channel, but price is still going sideways, and therefore I tend to wait to see a strong trend unless you believe that this coin will have another breakout. And if it does, maybe it goes on to 20 cents, maybe it goes to $1. That'd probably be a lot, but I'm not convinced just yet that this is a buy, and especially given that you can't short cryptocurrency just yet. The question really ends up being, do you want to buy it, and at what price? So this coin has obviously done a lot. I mean, it's gone from $0.015 all the way to almost 9 cents up here. That's huge. What's that? 6x on your money, even though the coin is low cost. So this is definitely one that's worth looking for. And for those of you who are trying to decide whether or not to get into crypto, you don't want to allocate a lot of money, there's still some values out there that are worth taking a look at. So another big challenge about where price is right now is the fact that we're so high that we're really not in an area where we see big values. We could look to a little bit of Fibonacci analysis as well. So let's get a quick look at this, and I'm only going to analyze the last price movement higher, not the full range, but just this previous piece, and see how far have we pulled back in this channel. So far this channel has pulled back to the 38.2, roughly 38.2% retracement range. It didn't make it to half, but we are steadily going back and forth in this sideways channel, as I pointed out before. So this this might be a decent investment if you're looking to just get in and see if the price goes higher. But aside from that, there are too many other opportunities in the token space that are still in the midst of going higher. So I'm curious if you guys own this coin. Feel free to leave a comment if you like it, if you don't like it. But that's it. Hey, also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. And that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy trading.